Hey, Bobby Manning here. Welcome back to Las Vegas. Another edition of the Garn Report Summer League. Here, day 2, Celtics practicing, not playing, but an opportunity to get a one-on-one with one of the guys, Mfiondu Kabengele, they call him Fee. Comes to the Celtics, out of the 2019 draft class by way of the Nets, who traded him to the Clippers, where he spent his first few seasons there. Eventually signed a 10-day deal with the Cavaliers to latch on with him after the Clippers let him go. Played sparingly between those two stops, had his best game, a standout 20-point performance with the Cavaliers before going to the G League this last year. Playing with Rio Grande Valley, who won the G League championship, and he was a big part of it, averaging nearly 20 points a game, 10 rebounds per game, and shooting well, nearly 40% from 3. He's a pick-and-pop big man. You saw it in Game 1 if you watched. Caught that ball above the break from Jordan Bone and buried it. Also caught a few alley-oops from J.D. Davison. They showed immediate chemistry. That roll game, whether as a finisher or secondary passer, is what Kabengele told me he wanted to focus on in Game 1 and thought he did a good job with. Ben Sullivan on top of that, when I asked who stood out as a defender in that first game, which is an area the Celtics probably need to clean up a little bit, he said Kabengele, through the array of different responsibilities they threw at their bigs, particularly rim protection. He liked what Kabengele brought to the table. Now, movement, switching, those might be all things he has to do to prove that he can stay with the Celtics in a regular role. Big reason he told me he came to the Celtics was to compete for a role. Several back-end rotation spots. His agent thought it was the most straightforward opportunity to get back in the NBA, filling in those gaps that Daniel Tice and Aaron Nesmith left after the trade. He pointed out that trade as an opportunity that his agent sought out. So he arrives to Boston this week. Told me Brad Stevens gave the Summer League team pretty stern chat about the opportunity that's in front of them. One that I wrote about for Boston Sports Journal yesterday. This is a chance for these young guys to become parts of the new era of the Celtics developmental program. They've traded first-round picks, so they could go out and get an expensive center, $8 million, as many as $12 million bucks, maybe a Jakob Poeltl. That's going to be a massive hit on the tax bill. It's already $45 million here. Kabengele, Trevion Williams, who Kabengele was very complimentary of as a passer. Those are guys that could fill in on small cost-control deals for young players. Kabengele 24, Williams 21, and possibly, maybe not right away, eventually fill the gap left by Al Horford or Robert Williams whenever that time comes. Kabengele also talking about being the nephew of Dikembe Mutombo. NBA legend is Kabengele's uncle, going to different All-Star games. Wrote more about that on CLNSmedia.com, so go check that out. And a French speaker as well from Canada. So he was able to communicate right away with Juan Begarin, who he said, I knew that wasn't a Boston accent, and I knew that wasn't an American accent, so he recognized it as a French accent, and they got to talking, and did say that Begarin's English has improved, as well as his game. Also talked to him about Trevion, JD, all of those different guys, and he had a lot of insight to provide on each of them. So Kabengele, a guy to watch here at NBA Summer League, as the Celtics continue their schedule against the Bucks on Monday. Tuesday, they're taking on the Warriors, so more chances for Kabengele to show he belongs, among others, here on the Celtics. We got continued coverage on Celtics All Access, CLNS Media for all the pressers from practice today. That does it for day 2. I'm going to get out of the sun before this phone overheats. My skin turns red. This bucket hat's doing me well, though, even though Gary Washburn of the A-List podcast isn't loving it out here.